皆様、大変お待たせいたしました。ただいまよりクイーンズランド大学オンライン説明会を開催させていただきます。私、本日の説明会を主催しております、XP オーストラリアの野本と申します。本日は司会を務めさせていただきますので、どうぞよろしくお願いいたします。改めまして、本日はクイーンズランド大学の担当者、トムさんにご登場いただきまして、この後、クイーンズランド大学についていろいろお話ししていただきます。まずはじめに、当社について簡単にご紹介させていただきます。XP オーストラリアはオーストラリア留学に特化した留学エージェントでして、1998年に現地で設立され、今年で28年目を迎えます。これまでに2万人以上の学生の留学を出発前から、現地滞在中、そして帰国後まで一貫してサポートしてまいりました。その豊富な経験を生かして日本支社を立ち上げ、現在に至ります。そして私たちのカウンセラーは全員 QENC というオーストラリア政府認定の留学カウンセラー資格を保有しております。この資格を持つということは、オーストラリア現地の教育制度やビザ手続きに関する専門知識を備えたオーストラリア留学のプロフェッショナルであることの証です。私たちは皆様に正確な、情報や信頼できる情報をお届けして、安心してオーストラリア留学を実現するように、一人一人に寄り添ったサポートを提供しております。そして当社の大きな特徴の一つとしては、オーストラリア現地に学生専用のサポートセンターを設置していることです。現地でも担当スタッフが、皆さんのしっかりとしたサポートを行うために、そして学生様が孤独を感じることなく、安心した留学生活を送ることができます。で、保護者の方にもとっても大きな安心材料となります。で、また、当社のサポートはですね、出発前のご相談から、出願手続き、出発前のオリエンテーション、留学中、そして帰国まで全て無償でご利用いただけます。これに弊社のご案内を終わらせていただきます。それでは本題に入らせていただきます。本日、クイーンズランド大学のことについてご説明していただく方は、トム・ローさんと申しまして、クイーンズランド大学にてカントリーマネージャーをされている方です。それでは今からトムさんにバトンタッチして、クイーンズランド大学の説明に移らせていただきます。トムさん、you can go ahead.
Thank you. Let me share my screen. Sorry, you need to prove. Okay, cool.
Oh, okay.
Right, I got it. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you. So, can everyone see my screen now? Cool. Yeah, thank you. Great. Hello everyone. Good evening. Konbanwa. My name is Tom. I'm the country manager of the University of Queensland. I was once an international student in the University of Queensland as well. I did a bachelor and I later come back to do a master as well. So today I'm here to share more with you about the university and also some of my experience as an international student with the university as well. So to begin with, I would like to start with just to test some of your understanding about Australia. So there are some fun facts to see whether you know it or not. So first of all, Australia is actually a very big country. We are the sixth largest country in the world. And then we are also in Queensland. So Queensland is the second largest state in Australia. So we are at the top right hand corner. So you can see the map in the right hand side, and you can see Queensland is the area colored with purple. Right, and then we can see actually a lot of animals in Australia. Animal is one of the most biggest population in Australia, actually. We are home to about 2 million animal species. 50% are exclusive to Australia. So meaning that you can only see them in Australia. So some of the very famous ones will be koalas or kangaroos. So those ones are exclusive to Australia only. And then, as kangaroo is one of the most famous thing in Australia. a lot of people will see them around in Australia, even just outside your home. So the number of them is actually double of the number of human being in Australia. So I always tell my students not to fight an kangaroo in Australia. First, they are stronger than you. Second of all, they are bigger than you. So don't try to start a fight with kangaroo, and it's illegal too. And then Australia is actually the most naturally diverse state. So you can see a lot of different animals. You can also see a lot of different landscape in Queensland already. So you can see 70% of Australia's mammal, 80% of Australia's birds, and over 50% of Australia's reptiles. So basically, if you really like animal, in Queensland, you can see most of the animal in Australia already. Another thing about Australia, a fun fact, Australia actually has the longest fence in the world. It's used to be against the dingo, so a kind of wild dogs to prevent them from coming into the city to destroy all the human buildings or farms, etc., etc. And then another fun fact is Australia is the only country that has lost a war to emu. So yeah, that's a pretty interesting fact. So we have a pretty good connection with Japan as well. We have a lot of sister cities and sister states, and some of those are connections with Japan. So such as Brisbane is actually a sister city of Kobe. Sydney is with Nagoya, or Melbourne is with Osaka. So here is for your reference. So more about the location of the university. So as I've mentioned before, we are in the Queensland. So we are in the capital city of Brisbane. In Brisbane, we have four campuses. Our main campus is the St. Lucia, which is also showcased in the background video. Most of the programs are offered in our main campus, and St. Lucia actually has the most student number as well. And then if you're interested in medicine, dentistry, or medical research, you'll be in our Hurston campus, which is closer to the Brisbane city. The third one will be our Gatton campus. Gatton is our largest campus and also the only one regional campus in UQ. So because it's the largest, because we have all the experimental farms or animal hospital in this campus, is for students who are interested in agriculture or animal related programs. And last but not least, the last campus is our Duxton Park campus, which is right next to our St. Lucia main campus. It's for students who are interested in pharmacy or pharmaceutical science. So going into further about the university, so we have total about 57,000 students in total. About 40% of them are international students, so the number is around 21,000. So these international students are from more than 143 countries. So this is a very diverse student community and then help our students to learn in basically because most of the students are still domestic students, 60% of those are domestic students. So this create a very good English learning environment for a student. And at the same time, you can also build up your connections with students from different backgrounds. So about ranking, so we are doing pretty well in the major university ranking. In the latest QS ranking, we are at 42nd in the world, and in all the other major university ranking, we are all doing pretty well. In the latest Times Magazine ranking, so this is a new one. I think this is the first year that they pull up university ranking from Time Magazine, and we are actually ranked number one in Australia. Okay. Other than the university ranking, so our subject-related programs, subject-related rankings are actually doing very well as well. For example, some of the subjects we are highly ranked, such as the sports-related programs, mineral and mining, or a lot of different aspects in engineering, architecture or environmental science, etc., etc. So we only showcase some of those. We have a lot more that is on the ranking system, but we haven't listed out here yet. And then because the University of Queensland is actually one of the group of 8 university in Australia. So we are one of the research-based university. So we have a lot of different research experiences, research resources, and a lot of good professors. That's why our research outcome is always very good. We have been ranked number one in 2024, and then we have pretty much 100% of our research outcome is above the world's average. So the teachers are very good. Other than them being the researchers, they also are the teachers in the university, and then a lot of them are most highly awarded in Australia as well. So they can share their knowledge, inspire our students, and pass on their experiences to our students as well. This gives our student a very good campus life and also learning experience in the university. And then they have been giving us a very good rating since 2022 for the student experience. So other than the research experience, we try to give as much hands-on experience to our students as well, so that they can gain practical skills and also they can strengthen their CV once they graduate or even before they graduate, they can secure a job. So for a lot of those health-related programs, they require students to do the clinical placement hours before they can graduate. So for example, pharmacy, they have 350 hours of clinical placement hours they have to complete. Different programs or different professions, the hours could be different. So we will arrange all these clinical placement hours from the university. So international students, they don't have to worry about contacting with all the clinics or hospital to arrange a clinical placement opportunity from themselves. So we help them to save the travel, and also we arrange all the location and time slot to student already. In Queensland, we have more than 200 of those clinical placement locations we can offer to our students. So I believe we are one of the most connections in Queensland. And then other than health-related programs, we also have other programs that have an option for students to do practical placement or hands-on experiences in the program as an elective. So for marine science, we will have different research stations in Heron Island and Moreton Bay Island, so that students can observe what are the PhD students doing research on, or they can learn from just a field trip or stuff like that. For law, they have a stimulation court. For business, they have a Bloomberg trading lab, and also is a stimulation experience for our students learning about trading or finance. For journalism, we have a media center, which teach students how to use the hardware to provide all the radio or video production, stuff like that. And we also focus on students' connection with the industry. So starting from year one, we do have this UQ career fair we host every year. So we invite our partner who are international companies such as Google, Boeing, UI, Johnson Johnson, etc., etc. So we invite them to join this. The HR or even the bosses will come and join, and then students have an opportunity to talk to them to see what kind of position they're recruiting, or how could they actually get into those companies to work after they graduate, or ask for internship opportunities, stuff like that. Okay. So I want to talk more about the campus. So just now I've mentioned the St. Lucia campus is our main campus. It's a very beautiful campus. In an unofficial ranking, is actually ranked number 11th in the world for the most beautiful campus. So here you go. This is overview photo for our St. Lucia campus. Here you can actually see the city in the top center position as well. So from the city coming to our main campus, it takes you around 20 minutes by bus. This is the most people will use this communication way to travel from the city to our campus. It's pretty easy. On campus, we have two bus stations. So from different routes, you can actually come from the city to the campus already. Another transportation people will use is the ferry. We call it City Cat. So that ferry actually travel along the Brisbane River. So in Brisbane, we do have a river going around the city and also go into our campus as well. So taking the ferry takes you slightly longer. That would be around 30 minutes. But that doesn't have to experience any traffic jam, and that also can allow students to enjoy the scenery along the river while you are commuting to the campus as well. So in this campus, we have a very comprehensive community as well. So for student accommodations, we do have 11 options at the moment. 10 of them are residential colleges, which can provide an option of catering. So food can be included if you want to, or if you want to cook your own food, or if you want to get food from the surrounding suburbs or restaurants, you can do that as well. So there are different options you can choose from. We are just started to build a new one. The 12th option will be available in 2027 July intake. So by that time, we should be having another over 1,000 rooms available to our students. So those on-campus accommodation are still quite on demand. So if you are interested to study in the university and you want to live on campus, you are definitely encouraged to apply as soon as possible once you confirm, oh, I want to come study in UQ. So you want to live on campus, start your application. Okay. XP Australia will be able to help you. Okay. So in this campus, we have a lot of different sports facility. In case if you like sports, we do have volleyball court, indoor one. We also have beach volleyball. We have netball, basketball, soccer field, swimming pool. For indoor sports, we do have different ones as well. So once again, we're building a new sports center because catering the upcoming Olympic Games as well, so that we are building more and more things to make the campus even more comprehensive to our students and our guests. So, but at the moment, for sports related facilities is a lot for our students. It's open to public as well. We also have tennis court, one of the most famous sports in Australia. So this is very, very good to our students for their experience. So here is a short video showcasing the campus and also some of the sports facilities. So just next to the river, you can see already some of the sports facility like tennis courts, AFL stadium. We have a swimming pool and two of the multifunctional pitch here. So for different sports, we do organize different social leagues for students and also open to public for different levels. So students are all welcome to join if they want, no matter they're just a beginner or they are already quite advanced in their level. So they can choose different level to join accordingly. So the next campus, Hurston campus. So if you are interested in medicine, dentistry, or medical research, this will be your campus. This is quite near to the city, Brisbane City actually, it's just 3 kilometers away. So taking a bus or taking a train, it would be very easy. About 10 minutes, you're there. And then this campus also has its own on-campus accommodation. So if you want to live on campus, that would be an option as well. So we do share this campus with our Royal Brisbane and Women's Hospital and the QIMR Medical Research Institute. So it's actually partially open to public, and there are actual patients coming in for for consultations. So that will be a lot of resources from there, and students can have a chance to do the placement within those institutes as well. So third will be our Gatton campus, which is a bit further away because it's a regional campus and it's the largest campus in UQ. So anyone who are interested in agricultural related programs or animal related programs, this will be your campus. So from the city center to the Gatton campus is around 90 minutes away. So it's about 80 kilometers west of the Brisbane city. So it also has its own accommodation, and I strongly recommend students who are studying in this campus, please, at least for the first year, just live on campus because I don't want you to commute every day for 3 hours back and forth. It would be a bit of a waste of time. But if you spend a year in Gatton and you feel like or you want to live somewhere else, you are already familiar with the surroundings, that's all up to you. But for the first year, I strongly recommend you to live on campus to have the full experience and just quickly familiarize yourself with the campus. So in this campus, we do have the experimental farms for anyone who are interested in agricultural science. They do all kind of different crops research and do all the learning materials for our students as well. And then we have the animal hospital, which are for students who study something about veterinary science or study about wildlife science, etc., etc. And we do have something about horses as well. We have a clinic for the horses, so we open to public as well. So the horse owners send their horses to our campus for checking, or if they want any treatment, we can do that as well. So it's a very unique campus and all the unique facilities to our students. So last but not least, this is the Dutton Park campus. So geographically, it's actually just next to our main campus. It's just across the river. So taking a bus from our main campus is about 10 to 15 minutes. And you can actually ride a bike there as well, about 30 minutes. This is the only campus that does not has its own accommodation. So if you really want to live on campus, but you are studying in this Dutton Park campus, the nearest one will be our main campus, St. Lucia campus. Or otherwise, if you just stay somewhere near the Brisbane city or surrounding the Dutton Park campus, there will be quite a bit of student accommodation options available, but they're off campus. Okay. So this campus is mainly for students who are interested in pharmacy or pharmaceutical science. So this is right next to the biggest teaching hospital in Brisbane. And that also provide a lot of different teaching materials and research materials for our students. So here is another short video of our campus. This is actually mainly the St. Lucia campus. You will see this scenery in about October, late September or early October. So this is the jacaranda season. So you see all the purple flowers blossoming in the campus. So I personally feel like the jacaranda is like the Australia version cherry blossom, I say. So it's a very amazing scenery, and we University of Queensland, we choose purple as our representative color is partially because of the jacaranda. So a lot of students or a lot of couples, visitors actually decided to come to our campus, visit our campus because of this scenery. So yeah, this is also part of the reason why we get the most beautiful campus in the world, 11th ranking. Yeah. So more about the student lifestyle. We have more than 220 clubs and society in the university, and more new ones are coming. So because last week, actually this week, today is Friday. Okay. Today this week is the orientation week. So just during the week, all of the clubs and society are setting up their booth, and I see a lot of new ones coming up as well. So there are definitely more than 220 clubs right now. And throughout the year, from orientation all the way to graduation, throughout the year, we have more than 4,000 events. So this include orientation. We have a lot of different market days. So all the booths set up for you to select which one to join, or they have different connection events for you as well. Just to get our freshers to familiarize themselves with the campus, and also if there are any festival, we can have different celebrations. We do have some relaxing events for our students preparing for exams as well, or if there are graduation happening, we have a graduation ceremony and also the celebrations as well. So for the clubs and society, we have a lot, so covering different culture, different interests, or if you like sports, we have something about sports. We have something about food or your subject area as well. So those are a lot which definitely can cover something you like. So more than that, we have something related to the Japanese culture. So we have the UQJX. They have actually changed their name to UQJS this year. So I haven't got the time to change that just yet. But the full name is UQ Japan Society, and the other one is UQ Taiku, the Japanese drum. So they are quite popular in the university as well. So you can see not only Japanese, but Australian playing taiko. That's a pretty interesting. So for UQJX, now we name themselves as UQ JS. They are the student body who are most relevant to the Japanese culture. They do organize a lot of different events to celebrate maybe Japanese festival. They do organize some Japanese related activities as well, like ramen night, karaoke night, or they join the Japanese market, stuff like that. And they also host the Japanese workshop to teach other students about Japanese as well. So this club is one of the most popular club in UQ. So they have over 1,000 members. So not all of the members are Japanese, but most of them actually have some Japanese background, or they are interested in Japanese culture. Okay. So something more about the city. So if you're studying with us, you probably will be spending maybe 2 or 3 years in this city. So Brisbane, something you should know about. So in terms of time zone, we are just 1 hour faster than in Japan. So the time now in Japan should be 30 minutes past 7. Right. So in Australia, in Brisbane, it's actually 8:30. So just 1 hour faster than in Japan. The time difference is not huge, so it's easy for students to connect with their families and friends. If they want to come here to study, they want to connect with friends back in Japan, it's easy. And we have direct flight from Tokyo to Brisbane. I feel like there are two airlines operating that. One is Jetstar, the other one is Qantas. So the flight time is about just less than 9 hours. So it's not too long. It's still okay for most of the students. Brisbane is actually the third largest in terms of population. We have about 2.7 millions in terms of population, and it's still growing. We are one of the fastest growing city in Australia as well. Queensland, we have another name. We are called the Sunshine State. So we have very good weather. Throughout the year, we have about 240 days of sunshine, and the average temperature is around 21 to 28 degrees. So even in winter, we don't snow. So this is a bit different from Japan. So the in winter, the coldest we get is about 8 degrees. Maybe in midnight, you get a little bit lower, 5 degrees. That's probably the lowest. So we don't snow in the city area, but we get to quite warm in summer. So summertime we get to about 30 degrees during the day, and then but at night is about 20 something. So it's not too bad. So early in the morning or at night is about 20 something. But during the day, around noon to 2 p.m. is the hottest time of the day, is about 30 degrees. Okay. So and then another important thing about Brisbane you should know is about the cost of living. So cost of living in Brisbane is about 2.6 I mean 26K to 30K in terms of Australian dollar. This include your accommodation, your transportation, and some of your meals already. So it depends on your living standard. So that's the average, about 26,000 to 30,000 per year per international student. Okay. So something about Brisbane's future. So in 2032, we are having the Olympic Games and Paralympic Games happening in Brisbane. So this brings a lot of opportunities, a lot of different experiences, and a lot of events to Brisbane, the city. So before it actually happened, we have a lot of things going on already. We have to build new sports center, we have to build new accommodation in the campus, and also we have to build a lot of stadiums around the city as well. So this gives a lot of opportunities to students who are interested in architecture or say engineering. So those kind of profession will have a great opportunity in that area. And then during the event, we assume there will be a lot of volunteering experiences which can be providing to students who are interested in sports related programs. And then there will be a lot of tourists coming into Brisbane as well. So tourism and hospitality will be greatly benefit and definitely about business. Okay. So something you can expect is a very bright future in Brisbane and with a lot of growth in different area. So something we have right now is the Southeast Queensland public transport discount. So this discount apply to pretty much all of the public transport. So each trip for public transport, including trains, buses, ferries, or trams, is only 50 cents. So it's a very affordable price for our students to travel around, whether they want to just commute to the campus or they want to explore Brisbane during the weekends. It's very easy and very affordable for them. This is part of the reason why our cost of living is slightly lower than the other states as well. So just give you a more visualize example. So for traveling from Brisbane to Gold Coast by train is only 45 minutes. So by train you cost you 50 cents. You can travel from Brisbane all the way to Gold Coast already. So you can spend a weekend there to enjoy the sunshine, enjoy the beaches or theme parks. So pretty easy for our students. Here you can see the employment rate from 2019 all the way to 2024. So this shows the average trend comparing between Queensland and Australia. So the one in the dark purple color will be Queensland, and in the light blue color will be Australia. So you can see the trend of Queensland is actually outbeats Australia's average. We keep increasing throughout the year, even when it's the COVID period. And this haven't include the Olympic Games opportunities. So you can expect the employment rates to increase even higher, given that the Olympic Games is coming closer in time. So this gives you a bit of comparison between for the cost of living between two countries, Australia and the United Kingdom. Because we always know a student who would like to apply to overseas studies, they probably want to compare with different destination. So here we can show you a bit of cost of living for you to have a look. So in terms of just dining out or buying grocery, you can see on the left hand side that would be Australia's the price, and on the right hand side that would be the price in the United Kingdom. We are about 20% cheaper than in the United Kingdom. And for transportation on the right, you can see in Australia's average is about 450 in Australian dollar, and in the UK is slightly above $5. So we are still cheaper in transportation for public transport. And even if you want to drive a car, when you have to buy a car or if you have to spend on petrol, we are cheaper in both ways. Okay. So here you can do a comparison here. And something more important is about the salary. In case if you think about staying in Australia to just work a little bit after graduation, the average monthly salary after tax is something we care about, right? So in Australia, we have around just slightly lower than 5,500. This is per month. And then in the UK is slightly lower than 5,000. So there's about $500 differences per month. Here you can see the return of your study after you graduate here. And then within the country, I also do a little comparison between different states. So for transportation, there will be a very significant differences because of the um, transportation scheme we are introducing in Brisbane, in Queensland, actually, right now. So all the public transportation is only 50 cents, but in Sydney is about $5 per trip. So we are a lot cheaper in that sense. Or even if you want to buy a car or drive a car, it's still slightly cheaper in Brisbane. For on the right hand side will be about living. So the rent in Brisbane is still quite cheap compared to Sydney, about 30% cheaper. And in case if any of our students want to buy a property in Brisbane or in Sydney, they can see there is a price difference, about 50% differences in that sense. And because of the Olympic Games is coming, we can see the property has a potential of rise in value. So if you want to buy a property, that's probably a pretty good chance for you. So about study option, we have five faculties at the moment. First of all is the business, economics, and law. So anything about business management, commerce, accounting, law, or hospitality, tourism, that will be in this faculty. This is at the moment largest faculty of the university with the most international students. And then the second one is the engineering, architecture, and IT. So this faculty is anything about AI, computer science, IT, architecture, design, etc., etc. So this will be having a little bit higher requirement in terms of mathematics. The third one is about our health, medicine, and behavioral sciences. So this is anything about sports, anything about health-related programs like medicine, dentistry, or biomedical science, stuff like that. So often a lot of those coded programs will be within this faculty. The fourth one will be about humanities, arts, and social sciences, international relations, or the languages, or the culture-related programs, politics, or criminal studies will be within this faculty. The last one will be about science. Science is anything about STEM program or anything about environment-related programs or animal-related programs. This is the faculty. So we have an overview here. So it's just to see what we are providing for our students. So this lists out all the pretty much all the undergraduate programs that include in different study area. So for postgraduate, you can also expect we provide very similar study area as well. So most of the programs in the University of Queensland is 3 years for bachelor degrees. So this will be 1 year shorter than in Japan, or if you think about the US or Canada, they will be all doing 4 years in their bachelor's degree. But in Australia, most of the bachelor's degrees are 3 years, unless you're doing some of the professional degree like engineering, like medicine, dentistry, those kind of programs, or anything you see. I'll just go back to the previous slide. Anything if you see there is an honors at the back, that would be 4 years or longer. But other than that, pretty much everything without honors will be 3 years long. Okay, so what does it mean by completing a 3 years program? What are the options? So after completion of a 3 years bachelor program, you can go for 1 year honors degree. So that will be a research year. So if you want to go into research or towards the end you want to go for PhD, that is probably the pathway you would like to go for. So after the 1 year honors degree, if you achieve really good results and really good research experiences as well, you possibly can go into PhD program directly. So 3+1 plus your PhD program. That's the fastest way. Another chance will be after the 3 years, you can do master degrees. Master's degrees can be in the same area or in a different area. So it depends whether you want to go deeper in the same area or you want to switch your study area. So we have different programs suitable for different demand. If you're studying in the same area, the duration can be shortened. Is about 1 to 1.5 year for that case. If you are going to study a different area, that's usually a 2 years long master degree. So the same case, if you complete the master's degree, you have really good results and you have enough research experiences, you can also have the opportunity to go into the PhD program. Or the third option is completing the 3 years bachelor degree and just graduate from university and start working. In that case, will be 1 year faster than your friends and family back in Japan who are still studying during their final year in Japan. And then if you work for 2 or 3 years, you want to go back to the university, do a master. It's really flexible. You can always come back to do master later with your working experiences. So pretty much the entry requirement for most of our programs, we are only looking at 3 things. First thing is about your academic performance, your GPA. Second thing is your English performance, either your IELTS result or some of the international qualification might have English result already. We might be able to use that. Third of all is your prerequisite subject. So prerequisite subject depends on the program you're applying to. So some of the undergraduate programs might need you to have one of the science or mathematics, etc., etc. So if you meet the academic performance, your GPA is good enough, your English is good enough, and you meet all the prerequisite subjects, you get a full offer. So that is pretty much guaranteed for you a full offer in that sense. We don't need any personal statements or interview for most of the programs. For undergraduate programs, the only program that require interview will be medicine. Another thing is the music. If you're going for music, that would be an audition, but they're slightly different compared to interview in that sense. Okay. So here we list out some of the common high school qualification among Japanese students. So for students who are doing normal Japanese high school, if you're just applying with normal Japanese high school qualifications, you probably need to go for foundation. That will be a standard foundation, or you can go for accelerated foundation. Accelerated foundation will be 4 months, and then standard foundation will be 10 months, plus your main degree, which might be 3 to 4 years long, depending on which program you're choosing. Okay. If you are going to international school or you are obtaining international high school qualification like AP, SAT, international baccalaureate or A level, that will be potentially able to use those international high school qualification scores to apply for direct entry into your desired program. So English, for most of the program, we are requiring minimum English, which is IELTS 6.5 with no band less than 6. But we also have some programs that require higher than that. For example, lower programs or some of the health related programs or education, stuff like that. So you will need to achieve that IELTS requirement accordingly. Each program might have a different one. So I would strongly recommend you to consult with XP Australia to understand what is the IELTS requirement of your desired program. So for prerequisite subjects, these are the common prerequisite subjects that we required for undergraduate program. For mathematics, we have 2 different levels. One is general mathematics, and the second one is mathematical methods, a more advanced one. But depending on the subject you have done in your high school, that can potentially cover both subjects already. And then the science subjects, biology, chemistry, or physics. So pretty much you have to do the relevant subject in your high school qualification to be recognized. You have those subjects as a prerequisite. So for application timeline, we have 2 semester intake per year. The semester 1 will be in February, which is just started. And then the second semester will be in July. Okay. But bear in mind that not all of the programs are open in both semester. So most of the programs are open in semester 1. But there are some programs that are only open in semester 1 or only in semester 2. So do check the website or check with XP Australia if you want to know more about which intake is your desired program available. So most of the Japanese high school student will be graduating in March. So it might be hard for them to go into semester 1. But a majority of them will be going into the semester 2. But some of them, if they having a different qualification, they might be able to get into semester 1 slightly earlier. Okay. So for those students who are not qualified to come in for direct entry, they can go for our UQ College Foundation. So just briefly mention, we have 2 types of foundation. One is the accelerated foundation, which is the 4 months foundation. The other one is the standard foundation, which is 10 months long. So the differences between the two is that the accelerated foundation, the 4 months one, is for those students who are graduating from high school. So year 12 students. But for standard foundation, some of those students who do not want to complete high school, they completed their year 11, they can come to do foundation already. So depending whether you want to come earlier or you want to complete your high school first, that really up to you. Okay. So in foundation, a student will be studying 5 subjects: English, mathematics, and 3 other electives that are relevant to their target's degree. So that really depends. I always talk to my student, foundation, you have to be practical. You need to get those elective subjects that are relevant, but at the same time, you are confident to get high score so that you get the highest chance to progress to the university. Okay. And then if you have met the academic result, but your English is not good enough, we do have English language program for you as well. So if you're packaging directly with undergraduate program or postgraduate program, we have bridging English. We have 10 weeks all the way to 30 weeks available for our student to package, depending on your English results. And if you are going for foundation, we also have another English program for you, which is the Integrated English IE. Okay, so IE we have pretty much 10 to 25 weeks, depending which foundation you're going for and what your English result is. So this one, just now I've briefly mentioned, the new accommodation will be opening in July 2027, in the format of student apartment. So every student will have their own room, but there won't be a kitchen in your room. There will be a shared kitchen in the common area. So existing current latest student apartment will be the Calf Community House. The price is from 414 per week all the way to 450 per week. This is still cheaper than the student accommodation outside of the campus. So this is really, really popular. Every semester there will be a wait list from our students. So if you do want to apply to this student accommodation, do it early. And it's a very good accommodation as it provides a lot of different facilities. It has its own swimming pool in the top floor, rooftop. So in the rooftop, you can also see the whole city view as well. And then sometimes during the festival, they have fireworks. You can watch the fireworks at the rooftop. It's very, very good. Okay. And then also in the building, you can have your own study space. You have the cinema and also places for practicing music, etc., etc. So a lot of things are included in this accommodation. So for the rent, you have covered all the bills already, like electricity, Wi-Fi, water, gas, etc., etc. And then this does not cover food, so you have to cook your own food in the common area. There's a common kitchen for students to share. So more importantly about scholarship, so something you might be very interested in. So for UQ College, for English program, they do have a scholarship for our students. So in case if you are studying 15 to 45 weeks of IE, integrated English, there will be a 30% reduction in tuition fee, and we also waive the enrollment fee. So on the right hand side, you can see how much for the scholarship. It depends on the weeks that you are in the English program. So here you can see a brief lump sum you'll be awarded. And then if you are going into bridging English, we also have a 30% reduction in tuition fee. The study duration will be from 10 to 30 weeks. And also on the right hand side, you can also see what are the amount we are giving out accordingly to different durations. For student going into foundation, we also have a 20% reduction in tuition fee. But we have to look at the high school result. Students have to have at least 80% in the top 4 academic subjects in their final high school year. And for students who are applying directly to university direct entry, we will have up to 25% reduction in tuition fee, pretty much in most of the study area, excluding some of the quota programs. Okay, so this one will be very competitive. We need to look at your academic result in your high school public exams, and we have to compare that with all the other international students. In case if you are awarded this scholarship, we will issue the scholarship offer along with the program offer automatically. So you don't have to apply separately. We will automatically do an assessment for you. Okay. And only in case if you have any qualification that is from Australia, you might be considered for this international onshore merit, which is one-off reduction for tuition fee, which is $10,000. This again does not have to apply separately. We do have automatic consideration for this scholarship. So due to the time matter, I cannot cover all the programs within the university. So here is a QR code. You can scan the code and download our latest study guide, which cover all the information about the university, about all the programs, and all you should know about studying in Australia. Okay, and this last but not least, this is all the social media platform of the university. Thank you very much. So if you have any question, please feel free to put it in the chat box so that we can answer your questions. Thank you.
はい、トムさん、ありがとうございました。Thank you for your presentation, Tom. So, ただいまより質疑応答のお時間とさせていただきます。事前にご質問いただいた方についても、こちらにてご回答できればなと思います。まずはご参加されている方でご質問がある方、リアクションの挙手ボタンを押していただくか、またはコメントにてご質問をお送りください。英語でも日本語でも大丈夫です。こちらで通訳をさせていただきますので。はい。You got a question?
Right. Okay, that's in English. I can read it out.
Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
cool. This student is asking about accommodation. So just now I've briefly mentioned about some of the accommodation options. So at the moment in St. Lucia campus, we have 11 options available. So just now towards the very late part of the slide, that is the student accommodation, student apartment, actually, the Calf Comedy House, which is the newest one in the campus right now. And then we have 10 more which are residential colleges. So residential colleges is a bit older, but they do are very popular among our international students as well. So when I first studied with the University of Queensland, I spent my first year in one of the residential colleges. They do organize different sports events or social events for our students, and then they do have their own sets of orientation as well. So it definitely gives you a bit more in terms of the campus life. And also, there's the option for catering for some of the residential colleges. But the most popular one right now is definitely the newest one, the Calf Comedy House.
Thank you so much. 白石さん、大丈夫でしょうか？新しいキャンパスというか、レジデンシャルカレッジがとても人気だそうなので、よかったらチェックしてみてください。その他ご質問等ある方いらっしゃいますか？皆さん、恥ずかしがらずに大丈夫です。もし、
Oh, okay. Right.
about
The
the
student
timeline here.
wanted about the timeline. Okay, sure. Um, for the timeline, let me just pull it up again. Just give me 1 second. Let's go back to the. All right. Okay, I can see a follow-up question. Okay, when is the application and when do we find out we were accepted? Okay, good question. So that first of all, first question, we need to see which semester you're applying for. So application usually open at least 1 year earlier. So you can earliest you can start applying 1 year earlier. But most of the students they don't have everything ready at the time of application. Maybe they are still missing their English result or final high school result. Or even if you're applying for postgraduate, your final transcript might not be ready at that time. So that really very depending on what are the application documents you have at that moment. So if you have some of the predicted grades or if you have some of the transcript from your university already, we possibly can give you a conditional offer after you apply, which the timeline will be about 4 to 6 weeks after you applied. If you get a conditional offer, we will list out the condition you have to satisfy. For example, you have to meet English with an IELTS test or Pearson test or TOEFL test, etc., etc. Or if you still haven't completed your study, you have to provide your final academic documents to us for us to check whether you have met all the academic requirements and the prerequisite subject requirements accordingly. So that would be another probably 2 weeks after you submitted the additional documents. So I would suggest if you're going for semester one, if you can finalize everything before December, that would be the best because that at least leave you 2 months for your visa application. If you're going into semester two, probably if you can do submit everything before June or around June, that would be the best for you as well. But XP Australia will definitely handle your documents and communicate with us for all your applications scenarios. Okay. So student, okay. For 2027 semester one, so usually you can pretty much start your application now if you have your application document ready. So you've basically if you're a high school student, you need your latest high school result. If you have any English result, please submit that to us. If not, then you can leave it later. And then you can, when you have the English result, you can send it to us accordingly. And then your passport, we only need those. So if we have those and your score is not too far apart from what we required, we can issue a conditional offer for you. Okay. So, okay, let me see. Right. Okay, for the next question, so what are the admission requirements for master, especially GPA? So this depends on the master program you are going for. Different master program will have a different GPA requirement. Usually we calculate on our UQ grading scale. We use a 7-point scale. 7 is the maximum score you can achieve, and 4 is a pass. So we will convert your GPA into our UQ GPA. So you probably have to provide your grading scale and your current GPA so that we can do a calculation of what is the equivalent UQ GPA you're getting right now. Most of the UQ master program for UQ GPA, they are requiring at least a pass, a 4 or 4.5. Some of the higher requirement program, they might require a 5 or above. Okay. So next question. So if a Japanese high school student has been an exchange year in year 11 to the US, does it count as international school and allows her direct entry after completing year 12 in Japan or student foundation? Okay. For this case, we need to look at the final high school qualification you're getting. Not the exchange year, but we need to look at the actual qualification. Like if you have completed AP or any IB scores, stuff like that. So just 1 year exchange, uh, I don't think that will help you to complete an international school qualification. So we need to look at the ultimate high school qualification you're getting. Okay. But studying in the US for that 1 year might help you satisfying some of the subject prerequisite requirement, but depending on what are the subject you have studied there. Okay. Are there any accommodations near or on Gatton campus? Yes, they are on campus accommodation in Gatton campus. So Gatton campus is the largest campus of UQ. So it also has all the accommodation providing to our students as well. And there are catered options for our students in case you don't want to think about what to eat. They can have food provided for you as well. Okay.
お願いしました。
Hmm. I didn't miss out any question, right? Have I?
No, you answered everything. 他にご質問とある方いらっしゃったらコメントで、日本語でも英語でも大丈夫です。もし今思いつかなくても、この説明会が終わった後に思いついたな、質問をしたいことがあったなって方は、ぜひ私たちにご連絡いただいても構いません。個別で対応させていただきます。大丈夫ですかね。では、質疑応答の時間を終わらせていただきます。少々お待ちこちらの方から次のプレゼンテーションをシェアしていただきます。Let's move on. Thank you, Tom, for answering all the questions.
No problem. Thank you very much.
I'm trying to share my screen, but I can see. All right, there we go. Can you see my screen right now? Okay. Right. 最後に私からまとめて締めさせていただきます。クイーンズランド大学及びクイーンズランド州についてトムさんよりご説明があったかと思いますが、クイーンズランド州は年間240日以上が晴天と言われていて、オーストラリアの中でも特に過ごしやすい気候の州です。また、グループオブエイトと呼ばれるオーストラリア国内のトップ8大学の一校として選ばれているので、教育面、環境面ともに非常に優れた学習環境が整っているので、とってもいい留学先になると断言できます。で、今後の流れとしましては、本日の説明会の内容をもとに入学条件や時期などをご確認していただければなと思います。先ほどトムもおっしゃっていましたが、基本的にはご希望の入学時期の1年前から準備を開始して、遅くても半年前に申請していただけるように、ご準備をしていただくのが理想です。で、もし、今後ご出願するにあたって、相談したいことがある、わからない点があるなどありましたら、お気軽に当社のオンラインカウンセリングや LINE にてご連絡いただければなと思います。個別にご対応させていただきます。で、そのご準備、出願の準備が整いましたら、当社よりその出願手続きのサポートを開始して、出発前には1対1のオリエンテーションを開始して、実施いたします。で、これらのすべてのステップは、当社がしっかりと無料でサポートしていただきますので、ご安心ください。今後のやり取りとしましては、弊社公式 LINE はもちろん電話やメールアドレスでご連絡いただけますので、セミナー終了後に皆様にメールを差し上げますので、ご連絡いたしますので、そちらから 情報を確認していただければなと思います。はい。長丁場になりましたが、本日の、オンラインセミナーはこちらにて終了いたしますので、皆様本日はお忙しい中お時間いただきましてありがとうございました。引き続きよろしくお願いいたします。